There was this Loonatics Unleashed game that scarred me for life. For those who don't know what Loonatics Unleashed is, Loonatics Unleashed was a TV show that aired on Kids WB that ran for 2 seasons, which was disappointing because of the criticism it got. But for me, I pretty much enjoyed the show myself. Sure, it's just the descendants of the Looney Tunes, but who cares? It's a pretty good show. Now, there's this game that I mistakenly downloaded. I was storming down the internet until I came upon this website called Loonatics Unleashed .online. The font is just a picture of the lunatics all posing. So I saw a leak that says, "Download this game now." I clicked on it, and it was a file. Loonatics Unleashed Game.exe. I clicked and downloaded the game, and the title screen was pretty basic. It said, "Loonatics Unleashed the Pc game." But for some reason, the PC game logo on the bottom was poorly cropped. And when I press enter to start, it took me to the save files. But for some reason, General Deuce was in it, which was weird because General Deuce never appeared until season 2. I took it as a sick joke and press enter, and press my first save file. Ace then popped out of nowhere and spoke.
Whoa, hold it right there, Doc. Before you continue your gaming season, you need to type in your username first, okay?
I thought the username cliche was overused, but I typed in my username anyways. And I pressed enter.
Alright, back to your gaming season,
Ace said before walking off. Then it cuts to the Lunatic's base. And for some reason, Tech, Rev, Danger Doc, Lexi, and Slam were nowhere to be found. Not even Zadavia as well. It was just Ace meditating. Until Ace jolted back and looked at the camera and spoke.
Hi there, Doc. I didn't see you there. I was meditating. Listen, Doc. Reef Slam Tech and Lexi are kidnapped by General Deuce. And I would love to get some help from you, deal?
He pulled up his left hand. I couldn't click anything. I only had to click Ace's hand. And he said his phrase.
Alright, let's jet.
Before fading to yellow. And the level title said Acmetropolis. And Ace was in Acmetropolis with his Guardian Strike sword on his hand, with his Guardian Strike sword on his hand. There was no tutorial, so I had to guess the controls. A and D to move, spacebar to jump, and C to use my attack, which is the Guardian Strike sword, obviously. I guided Ace into the level, and I encountered one of the villains from Season 1, Black Velvet. I managed to defeat her with my Guardian Strike sword, until I saw General Deuce. The lunatics were tied around a rope, with General Deuce holding on the untied part of it. Ace then said,
"You won't get away with this, Deuce."
before General Deuce said, "Ha! Try your best, rabbit," before running off. Until Ace broke the fourth wall again.
Oh, by the way, you can press B to unleash my laser blast.
Which was weird, because Ace never broke the fourth wall. And then it said, Acmetropolis down alleyway. The level then said, Acmetropolis hallway. But I saw it flash for a split second, and it said, you can't save them. It was just a dark and creepy hallway. Ace was walking slow. He had a scared expression on his face. Until he heard the rest of the lunatics scream. Ace then spoke.
Oh no, I'm too late.
Ace began to walk slowly. I couldn't control him anymore. He went past every dead lunatic member that has seen. The first one he went past is Tech. He was lying on the ground dead. His jaws broken, and his mouth was drenched in blood. His throat was slit, and his stomach was cut open. The next body he went past was Rev. A knife was jammed into his left eye socket. He had multiple bruises and scars on him. And some of his muscle was chewed off. Another body when Ace went past was Danger Duck. He was hanging on a noose with words with "You can't save them" written on his back, written in blood. He then went past Slam. He was torn apart from limb to limb, and his eyes were gouged out. And the last body he went past until he stopped and looked behind him. It was Lexi. She had multiple stab marks on her chest. Her neck was snapped, and some of her parts of her ears were missing. Ace said.
Lexi,
He
no.
then fell to the ground and began to sob. I swear, that sobbing lasts for a minute, until he looked at the screen with a menacing look, and then screamed, "You'll pay for this, Juice," in a demonic voice. It made me jump back because it was so loud. Then the level title came up. No escape. Ace was now slow, and every time when I pressed shift, he would teleport. When the enemy from the levels came up, he looked pretty scared until I pressed C and used my Guardian Strike Sword, and the enemy was decapitated. His head was flying off his head, right off his shoulders, and he fell to the ground, blood gushing out of his neck. Until he encountered General Deuce. Ace's eyes then turned black with black liquid oozing out of them. And then he spoke in a raspy voice.
Hello, Deuce.
Deuce then said, "Get back!" while holding his sword. Ace then lunges at Deuce and proceeded to kill with his guardian strike sword. Deuce let out a blood-curdling scream. And then the camera zoomed on Deuce. He was in an even worse condition when the dead lunatics appeared. Half of his face was torn off, revealing the skull. He had slash marks all over him, and he had bite marks. And the camera then moved to Ace, who had a crooked, twisted smile on him, as he spoke out these words.
You know, Doc, it's been fun playing with you. I've never been this happy in my entire life. We could have been teammates, helping out each other. We are everything. We are...
I cut out his sentence by closing the game, until surprisingly, it came back up, and Ace had an angry expression on his face.
What are you doing? Stop doing that and play the game!
I closed the tab again. Then it came back up. And Ace looked even more angry. And then one thing I noticed, some of the yellow parts on him were light red.
I said stop, idiot!
Until I closed the tab again. And the game immediately came back up. Ace looked even more scary.
I thought we understood each other.
Until I closed the tab again. And then the game came back up.
Stop!
And Ace screamed.
If that's how you want to play it, fine!
Before teleporting away. White text faded on the background, with Ace's voice reading it.
Why didn't you trust me, Vince?
Another white text appeared, and Ace read it.
We could have worked things out, Vince.
A few more white texts appeared with Ace's voice reading them.
But no, you had to left me. I hate you, Vince. Farewell, Vince.
I was pretty horrified and traumatized from the game. I tried to play the game again, but all it would show is Ace's skull before the game closes. To this day, I never played this game ever. I immediately deleted the game. And when I tried to search up for the website, it was gone. So, as of reading this, let's hope this game doesn't come back. And as of reading this is Vince Abraham. If you see this website come back, do not click on its link.